welcome to Housekeeping Tips with Shar. How you all doing? I hope you guys are all keeping healthy and enjoy whatever comes. It's hot, cold, rain, enjoy it. Guess what? Today, me a go run a boat. You know me going in the water, slung on the boat and row a boat, you know. You mean cook some food. So come with me. Yes, I have a piece of chicken that I took out of the freezer from last night and I put it in the bottom of the refrigerator. Normally now it's warm, so therefore you don't want to be taking out your meat of any kind and put it outside and let it thaw. It's not healthy, it's not safe, right? So what we do, as I said, if you plan to cook, I'm sure you know what you're gonna cook. You take it out and put it at the bottom of the refrigerator, and then when you get home, you thaw it out, or it melts, the ice melts, so you have your chicken. Okay, so I'm gonna cut up my chicken. Normally you can season your chicken if you want, but I just want to do it this way so I can show you, from the beginning, show it to you. Okay, so we're gonna cut. I'm gonna take it out of the package. I have this bag, the skin and whatever I use, I put them in here, then I put them in the freezer, and then the day of when the garbage truck comes, then I'll take it out. That way my garbage inside and outside will smell fresh. You don't want to put these things in your garbage, maybe not coming until maybe next week or whenever. So you put these meat out there, then you have cats, you have dog when your garbage bin, turn it over, and so I put them in this. So I'm gonna take this out, take out my chicken. I put even the back, because it has that, like stuff from the chicken. And anything, once you put it in your garbage, like the meat, and it stays long, then it smells. So I don't want that, so I'm going to put them in the freezer. So see here, taking off the skin. Some people eat the skin. I like to take the skin off my chicken. And then, what I should do before I start the chicken, I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to put the rice on. That's what I should have done. So while I'm preparing this, the rice is cooking, I'm going to make some chicken and some rice. Okay? So I'm going to go over to the stove. I'm going to get my pot with the rice. Okay? Rice is there. And this is my rice. Normally we make sure we pick our rice, sort it out, see if we need a little thing in it. As we pick it out, right? And then we're gonna wash our rice. As you can see, I'm washing the rice. See? Washing the rice. And then we do it like this. When we draining the water, we set our hand. And we pour, so that just in case anything coming out, it comes straight in our hand. See? Let me give it another wash. And the rice that I'm using, normally I use the parboiled rice, that one. I also have it, but I just use it so I can show you how I cook it. Okay, what I do, I'm gonna use less water because this is the rice that gets soft easily. So what I do, I use less water and then use the steam to cook it. That way I don't have a soggy rice. You'll see what I'm doing here. So we're washing it one more time. I set my hand. See the water, we're washing it. and nothing coming out. There we go. So I'm gonna put it on the stove now. I take out a fork. As I said, I want just a small amount of water. Now this is a soft rice, so I don't want it to be soggy, so I'm going to put less water and then use that little water and the steam to cook it. This is the fork. I rinse my fork off. Okay. You maybe ask how many water. Okay, depends on how many rice, how much rice. And if it's this rice you're cooking, then as I said, you want to use less water. See? Less water. Maybe a cup of rice. Use your small measuring cup. A cup of rice. And maybe about maybe half of that cup of water if you're using this rice. If you're using the parboiled rice, you gotta put more water, a little more water. Depends, as I say, on the rice. Okay? Because right now I just use a little water, and I'm gonna use the steam to cook it. So I use my fork to stir. Yeah? And I like to dry off the pot bottom. And then I'm gonna go over here on the stove. Turn my stove on. What I do, I turn the flame up, not way up, but I turn the flame up. So when I turn the flame up, when the water dries out of it, then I turn it down and then covers it up close like this in steam. Yeah. So right now, what I'm going to do, partially open it. You can use butter. I'm using some oil. Put a little oil in there, just a little. You can use butter if you want. A little oil. And then what I like to do, I like to put it back. No, I'm going to use it so I can put it back in. And then I'm going to use a little salt. A little salt taste. You see, you stir it. Okay, so you leave it like that. You see, partial open. The flame is good. Okay. Right, so I leave that. Stays there. Cook. When it simmers and everything, then I cover it properly tight so the steam cooks it. But right now, until the water, it dries out of it, I leave it like that, partial open, and it stay there until the water. See, till all the water dries out. Then I cover it. Okay, so I put this back. Oh my cup. I need a cup. Okay, I have this. So I put my fork in it, and it stays right there. And then in the meantime, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my chicken. I'm not going to use browning. I don't want it a color. So I don't want to use browning. So I said, guess what? I'm going to use a little sugar. Yes, I'm going to burn a little sugar. And then that is what's going to be my brownie. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to get the pot hot and then put the sugar in, and then I can focus on the meat. See? Here's the pot. Put the pot hot. When it's hot, then I put some oil, and then it's hot, then I'll show you as I go along. Okay? So we put the cover over here. Right, the rice is cooking, and then we get getting back to our chicken. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so you see what we're doing, we're multitasking. Like we're cooking our rice, put our pot to get hot while we're cleaning our chicken. We're gonna be out of this kitchen no time. In no time. We're gonna spend all day, all evening. So we're cleaning our chicken. Clean off all these parts of it.
New Green Mountain Coffee Roasters brew over ice hazelnut cream.
I like to do my thing at the sink because I tend to use, water a lot. So.
Finally, a coffee that loves ice.
Although you have space over there, I like to do everything I'm doing at the sink. Okay? So I think that is it. I'll leave it right there. Okay, so I'm going to turn this pipe on. I'm going to use my hand because remember my hands are dirty. So. Then I'm going to wash my hands. When I wash my hands, know that I wash the chicken. I'm not going to touch the chicken again. Dry my hands. Okay, so I'm going to put water. Here I have some vinegar. I finish with the vinegar. I put it back where it belongs. Make my work easy. You don't have to use a knife. You can use a fork. Use a fork. So I use it, spread it, see? Store it like this. Yeah, I'm washing my chicken. If you want, you can use your hand. It's up to you. Okay? I'm holding it and I'm pouring the water. Look. See? See? Do it like this. I don't know if you can see. Okay. Okay, what I tend to do when I do meat, especially chicken, now that I wash it, I put it right here. Then I'll get my spray bottle. And I do this. You don't want to have what? Salmonella and all those things. No, we don't want to get sick. So we're going to clean up the area. This is a knife. We're going to use a knife. So our sink is clean. Our sink is clean. And then I'm going to put this away. That's the meat. Tie it like this. And I put it in my freezer. There we go. And then we get back to our chicken. Okay, what I like to do, I put a little salt. As I said, I want to do it like this. I could have seasoned it up from last time, but I just want to do it so that you can see, the entire process. I know everybody knows how to take care of chicken. I just want to do it like this. Normally you season it up, put it into a bag, and and there are other ways you can season your chicken away from what I'm doing. As I said, you get a Ziploc bag and you pour the seasoning into it, you put the chicken in, and then you shake it up. Yeah? And if you're gonna leave it for the next day, it just stays in there. Okay, while this is there, here, let's take a look in our pot over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour myself some oil. I'm going to pour a little, just a little. I'm going to do this. So we put this back. Okay, we got our rice. We stir it, stick a little stir right there. Cover it. See, partial. That's it. And then our pot is getting hot. Our pot is getting hot over there. So while our pot is getting hot, some water here. Take it up. Okay, I have some seasoning here. I have paprika. I have Larry seasoning. I have what do you call it? It's a lot of seasoning in there. You can put whatever seasoning you want, right? I have a lot of seasoning here, and I'm just gonna throw it in here. I like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw some, and then I'm gonna show you what I'll do with the other, with the rest. Pimento, see? This is how I do it. And then I could cut up, I have onion, I have pepper, and you could do it, but guess what I want to do? I want to put the chicken in the pot, and then I come back and cut these out. So before I do that, let's see what's happening here. Okay, as I said, I'm going to, do it a different way. I'm not going to use any brownie. I'm not going to go natural. I just want a little taste, different taste. So I'm just going to use a little sugar. And you see what I'm going to do with the sugar. It's not sweet. I don't want it sweet. I just want it a different color. Yeah, it gives it a little a taste to a different taste. Okay, so it's a small spoon I'm using. So I'm just going to use this. Yes, this left. And it's going to stay there, and I want it to burn. I want the sugar to burn. So I put this back. Everything I use, I put it back. So when I'm finished in the kitchen, I don't have much work to do. I work easy. Whatever way you do it, keep doing it. Whatever way you're comfortable doing. But I like to do it like this. Okay, so we're waiting on that. While we're waiting, okay, this is our onion. I'm gonna strip the onion, okay? I'm not gonna stand here and wait on the pot. I'm gonna find something else to do. This is the onion. Okay, these are the sweet pepper, you call it bell pepper, whatever you call it. And then what I'm gonna do, you're cooking your dinner, or you're making a meal. You want a little balance in it, so I'm gonna use carrot. Normally you do it separate, but no, I'm just gonna do everything. I want to get out of the kitchen. I don't want to spend no long nights in the kitchen. I just want to make sure, right? Do a little thing, and at least I have vegetable, I have starch. Oh, there we go. It's getting hot over here. Everything is falling off. Oops. Now, if you can see, I don't know. Come with me. Hey. Yeah, come this way. You can see smoke. the oil is hot and the sugar. What is happening here? Okay, that's boiling over. Okay, so if you can see the smoke, I don't know if you can see the smoke. This is so hot. It burns the sugar. So it gives it a dark look. Dark look. So we're gonna put in our chicken now. So you always wipe the pot. We put in our chicken. I like to keep the cover close by. So I do that so I don't have nothing spilling all over. Okay. Because that's the way I do. Because I did not season the chicken from overnight, I like my chicken to taste, seasoned even to the bone. So what I do, I have some leftover seasoning. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour it. See, I'm gonna pour it all over. So it's cooking. See? So I want it to be tasty. You need that bone and it tastes well seasoned. So although I seasoned in here, I want to put some seasoning in there while it's cooking. Okay, so that is, the chicken is, let's see the rice. Okay, the rice, the water is out. So I'm gonna cover it like that. And then I'm gonna do this, turn the flame down. So messy. It's just me. Okay. So the chicken cooking, I cover the rice because it's steaming now. Normally, before we cover it full tight, we make sure the water is out. All the water is out of it. Then we cover it and then let it steam. And our chicken is there cooking. Okay, we're gonna do our carrot here. Normally we do this. You can use your vegetable peeler and do this. Old school, I use my knife. You can use the back of the knife and you can use the front of the knife. So what the sugar does is give it depends on how long you allow the sugar to burn, but it gives it a dark color and also a different taste. So I'm spreading my carrots. Okay, we're gonna wash them. Make sure we wash all our vegetables. Although when you come from the store, the market, you wash them. But it's just a thing that you cooking, you're used to washing them, okay? Put them in here. Then we're gonna look at our chicken. So we're gonna turn it over. The sugar makes it dark. There we go. This in here. What do you got right there? Okay, so we're gonna cut. This is the container that the chicken was into. Okay, I have my carrot. Now, I'm gonna cut them up the way the way I like it. Especially when I'm just cooking it one time. It's not like I'm cooking it separate. I'm just gonna cook everything one time. You wanna come out of the kitchen, right? See, this is how I do it. I do them like this. See, this is it. Cut them like in strips. Yeah. And then our onions. Remember old school? Use whatever you know is comfortable to use. I'm using a knife. And then we have our bell pepper. I think I'm going to cut them round, different shapes. This. You can cut these in strips. Okay. So we're not going to use any more of this. And while that is going on, that is cooking, then we're going to clean up right here. And then we have little pieces of broccoli. I'm just going to throw them in there as well. Throw them in there. So we have our protein, we have our carbohydrate, and we have our vegetable. And all of that, 1 cup. That's it. Let's go over there and see what happened. Okay. We have our chicken brownie. Oh, it's dark. So if you don't have brownie and you want another color, just get some sugar, burn it. Let it burn just like when you burn curry. If you burn it long, it's going to get very dark. If you don't want it very dark, don't burn it too long. Then we have our rice. We don't want to have a soggy rice. As I said, it's a normal white rice, that's soft rice, but I can cook it. Just use less water, just use the steam to cook it. We're gonna come back over here, and while that is, because I'm not gonna put in the seasoning yet, okay? While that is getting ready, I'm just going to clean up my sink. I'm going to throw these out. Throw those out. And then this, we do this. Clean it out. And then we put it up here. I put it up here. It's out of the way. Then I'm gonna put this down. So you see, when I do all of this, when you finish eating, and if you don't feel, you know, say for instance it's 4 of you or 3 of you, you know, everybody eat, then you just wash up those 4 dishes, right? So we put this down. So I leave this right here. And then wash these out. And then we wash all our sink. Brush it up. Put this away. For these things to smell fresh and clean. Okay, so we're gonna go over the stove now. See what is going on with our chicken. Okay, so we're going to take our seasoning, our carrot, broccoli, onion, bell pepper. We're going to go over here. So we're going to look. All right. And here's our chicken. Especially if the sugar is dark, very burnt long, it's dark, it looks like it's burned, but it's not burned, it's just the sugar. Okay? We're gonna throw our vegetables and everything in. It's not gonna cook, it's just gonna steam. It's like you need steamed vegetable. Oops. Cover it, then you're gonna get this good, we'd say gravy, or you call it sauce. We're gonna pour a little water in this. We can also use it from our kettle. You know the kettle always have water in it. So you put a little water in it, just a little, oops. Just to make your gravy or your sauce, whatever you call it. And we can use the forks and do this, or we do this. Yeah? And we put the water in. See? And we cover it. I'm gonna wash this out. I like to clean off my stove, most of it when I'm cooking, at least it's hot. So like the grease and everything, it's easy to come off the stove because the pot is hot. So our vegetable is steamy with our chicken. So as I said, we're gonna be out in no time, okay? Because we're cooking our chicken or rice, and we're cooking our vegetable in one. So in no time we'll be out, and we'll be eating, our vegetable, rice, chicken. Yes. So guess what? Go look for your pot. Look what I want. I'll come back. Welcome back. This is my finished dish. Before I show you the finished dish, as you can see, we clean up, yes, so all we have to do is just what we eat out. If it's 4 or 5 of us eat, after we eat, then we clean up that, but we make sure put away all the other things that we used. We clean them up. Okay, here we have the finished dish. We have our chicken. We cooked it in a sugar. instead of using browning, we put a little sugar in the oil, then we burn the sugar, right? You see the smoke coming out of the pot when it's well burned. And then we have our rice over here. It was that, you know, that soft rice. I said I wanted to use it to share with you how I cook it. What I did, I put less water, put a little oil, and then I partially open it, and once the water dried out, then I cover it tightly and let the steam cook it. So we have less water and then the steam. And this is how you have this rice looking shelly, but it's that same soft rice that we always talk about. Here, if you notice, I have a plate in the middle here. This way, just in case you're serving someone and, you know, they might not like a lot of gravy, they don't want a lot of rice, so they help themselves, you know, do whatever they want, instead of for me to just put everything in one dish, okay? I hope you enjoy watching me cooking, and I was happy to share it with you as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, in all things, give thanks. Thank you for watching.